You already know what it is. It's day 4 of Hindsights out of 100, and today we're talking about tips for passports. Yesterday we talked about getting a passport and why it's important. Today we're going to talk about what you need to know about your passport, and one thing that you absolutely cannot do, because if you do it, you're going to invalidate your passport and all that hard work, and your passport will be no good. Tip number 1 is applying for digital ID. It's a mobile version of a passport, and that's something that you can do to keep from having to pull this out of your pocket at the airport all the time. And it's something that is also good for a backup version of your passport with some of that important information. Comment digital if you want me to make a video on how to apply for a digital ID and make that available to you. Tip number 2 is when you apply for your passport, like we talked about yesterday, you can actually apply for a thicker passport with more pages. That's what I did. It costs the same amount to have extra pages in your passport, and that's important for people that travel frequently because you can actually fill up your passport, and if your passport is full, even if it has time remaining on it before expiration, it's technically not good anymore. That also keeps you from having to do something tacky. What people like to put sticky notes in the back pages of their passport to make sure that they have open spots for stamps. Tip number 3, you're going to want to open up your passport and you're going to want to sign at the top. That's actually a requirement. If you don't sign your passport, technically you can be denied entry at Border Patrol, but they will just let you sign there at the moment as long as it matches your identity. Pages 6 and 7 in your passport are basically like the terms and conditions that you never read for all the things that you just blindly hit accept for. It really doesn't have a lot of information that you need, but it can be useful to just read over once when you get your passport. Page 4 is important because it actually has emergency contact info should someone ever get your passport and you're incapacitated and need help and someone that they can contact. That's an important thing to fill out. I'd fill it out in pencil given that passports are good for 10 years and your emergency contact could change over time. Tip number 4 is realizing that a passport is a government document and it's an official document. So you need to keep it in good shape. Just because you're able to use it in domestic flights here doesn't mean that a Border Patrol agent will take it if it looks really stained, torn, and is not representative of what looks to be like an authentic passport, and it could cause you some headaches, so keep it in good shape. Tip number 5 is realizing that there's an expiration date on this thing, and that means that you actually have to keep an eye on that. Most countries will actually require that you have at least 6 months from the expiration date at the time that you're leaving their country. So for example, say that you're watching this video now, you're planning on a Christmas vacation, going to come back before New Year's. You need to have your expiration date say at least June 2027 or further out for that to be valid to them. If it